just a quick one. Just wanted to talk about doing a few checks on your bike before you ride each time, because as a beginner you might not be riding too often. So what I try and do is I always try to check my tire pressures before the ride, make sure the tire at the front and tire at the back are at the correct pressure, and I check my brake lights. So I check the levers, so I check the one over here on my right hand side, give that a pull, just check the light at the back comes on, then I do the foot one with my right hand foot down there, tap on that, make sure the brake light comes on. I check the lights, like the full beam, that kind of thing. Try and keep an eye out for any damage to the bike or the tires or the wheels or anything like that. I check my turn signals, so I put those on, check front and back, make sure that those are working, and then I have a quick look at my gear as well, just make sure everything's cool. And those are just some small checks that I do each time, just to make sure that before I go out and ride, the bike is in a good condition, or as good a condition as it can be. And even though you're just starting out, those are some small checks that you can do. I think tire pressure is the big one, and I got myself a little battery powered compressor, and that made all the difference. I used to use a foot pump, but yeah, I just find if you can do that before you ride, the tires are cold and you don't have to go to the servo either, and yeah, it just makes it easy and therefore kind of reduces any excuse or reasoning not to do it, because having correct tire pressure on a motorcycle is pretty important to make sure your contact patch is correct or consistent or whatever. And it's a good chance just to have a quick look at the wheels and the tires as well when you're doing that. And then yeah, just at the start of the ride, I just quickly check that all the dials are good and no warning lights or anything. And then as I start off, I just check the brakes as well, front and rear, just before I get out onto the busy roads. Just check that those are good, and that they're working. And yeah, that's just a few things that I do every ride. And then every now and then I'll check the oil level as well after a ride. This bike has a little window, as it were, so you can see it. Yeah, but I think there will be instructions in your owner's manual of how often you should check your oil and that kind of thing. But yeah, try and check it out every now and then is probably a good idea. But yeah, I just want you to ride smart, ride safe, and yeah, just doing a little bit of checks and maintenance, that kind of thing is important. Road train.